Tag Show.
The Mix Tag Show.
With Jenna and Blue.
Damn.
Now, here's your host, Jenna and Blue Magic.
What's going on? It's the Mix Tag Show with
Blue.
and Jenna.
Opposite day.
Opposite day. It's been a pretty
People don't get the SpongeBob reference.
SpongeBob reference.
Okay.
Like I said, it's been opposite week.
Opposite week.
We did a lot of things different this week,
Yeah, we did.
so we should have sat in different seats.
We should have.
We didn't think
But
this through.
you know what it is? You know, I let you be the boss. We changed the name. You're the boss, so you is the pilot,
All right,
right?
sure.
I was just a
Bystander.
exactly. So we're gonna see how the show goes this week.
The show's gonna go fine. It's gonna go perfect. All
All right,
right.
we'll see.
Everything's gonna be splendendous. Splendendous. Yes, I said that.
Okay.
That's how we going.
All right.
Making up words on the fly. But before we kick off the show, I'd like to recognize a few people that we missed. We actually lost this past week. It was kind of a weird day on Sunday because we lost 3 wrestlers in one day. I don't think that's ever been done before.
Yeah, you don't hear too many like deaths like that in general,
Yeah, and
unless it's like a tragedy. You know what I mean?
right. And to me, I always believe in threes, but I've never seen threes happen in one day. So
Yeah.
so it was like, so we just want to recognize Brian Christopher, aka Grandmaster Sexy, from Too Cool, Brick House Brown, and Nikolai Volkov. Brian Christopher, as you know, was a former member of Too Cool, former tag team champion with Scotty Suhadi during the Attitude Era, and Rikishi.
And Rikishi, yep.
And he was also the son of Jerry the King Lawler.
Mm-hmm.
So there's some sketchy details about what's happening. If there's a investigation is being launched. So also Terry Funk trained Brick House Brown. He won his first single title, the AWA Southern Heavyweight Championship, defeating Jerry the King Lawler, which is kind of weird.
The irony.
Yeah. I just realized that too.
Yeah.
And he had 2 WF matches where he was just trying out.
Mhm.
So it was kind of weird that WF didn't really recognize him this week, I guess. But
I mean, but did they really? Did they recognize
yeah, they did the in memory of.
that? I missed the beginning of it.
Yeah. And then Nikolai Volkov was a tag team champion with the Iron Sheik. He also was inducted to the Hall of Fame in the class of 2005. Volkov was also great rivals with Hulk Hogan. And he has a memorable match against Bruno Sammartino. So he's a real staple in the WFE. So
Definitely, our condolences goes out to their family and loved ones.
yeah, and their fans and friends. Because it's just weird. That whole Sunday felt weird to me. I'm like, really? And it all happened within like 2 hours.
Yeah, and obviously it's sad for everybody. You know, all the passings, but it's weird because again, like I grew up in the Attitude Era. I remember just
Right.
watching Too Cool, and every time they used to have their dance segments after a win, and then Scotty Too Hottie would do the worm.
Right.
For those of you that's too young to know what the worm is, but, you know,
And
so
Grandmaster Sexy did the Running Man.
exactly. And Rikishi
Was
just-
twerking before twerking was twerking.
was actually twerking. So, yeah, it's a sad situation.
Yeah. But, again, condolences to them and their families. Moving on.
Yep.
We're going to do the draft points.
Yes, sir.
We didn't do too well, neither one of us this week. I don't know what's going on.
So I feel like since you did them, somehow my points went down.
Oh, my God.
But by all means, because there was a streak. But go
Yeah,
ahead.
but you had your stipulation match that you lost. That cost you a lot of points.
Go ahead.
Would you like to? You could confirm this after the show is done.
I will, actually, because you know I have to go over everything with a
Yeah.
fine tooth.
Yeah, of course. So let's kick this off
'Kay.
with the Queen's Court, since we're doing opposite day. Usually we can start with me and start with you. Queen's Court had a week total of 41 points.
Okay.
Blue Magic Club didn't do too well themselves.
Okay.
We had 81 points for the
Okay.
week.
And what's the total points?
So the total points for the Queen's Court is 2491, which is 2,491 points.
Okay.
And for the Blue Magic Club, we have 2,961 points. So I'm still about like 450-ish.
Okay. All right. So
430,
hopefully
430.
SummerSlam I get a nice, you know,
A little boost.
nice little boost.
Well,
but
you have Roman, so
that'll help.
that's going to help major.
He's probably not gonna win.
But then I have Kevin Owens in case of the swerve.
There you go. And then you also have Becky and Charlotte Flair.
Which we're gonna discuss.
Charlotte.
I see you wearing a Charlotte shirt.
Yeah, because you always get on me about me not liking Charlotte, which that's not the case.
Let's see how we feel after this show is over. Because we have a lot to cover.
We do have a lot to cover. But just to remind people, SummerSlam is coming up in a couple of weeks.
10 days, about.
Wow, no.
No. Yeah, it's like 14 days.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, so just our season will be coming to an end, so definitely look out. We'll open that up to everyone else. We're going to have about like six participants.
Right.
So definitely look out for that because the winner of that season will win another prize from us. When are we doing another giveaway?
We could do this upcoming week.
Right, because we're at 400 followers now on Instagram, so we can kind of do a push to an even 500.
Even 500. Let's go for it.
You still got to get our lovely Ashley her gift card. You slacking, son.
Yeah, all right. Look, we have to figure it out, all right? It's been an opposite week.
Right.
She understood. She understood that.
She did. I would have been cursing you out specifically.
That's why she's Ashley. She's wonderful.
Okay.
All right?
All right.
Anyway.
Even though her name is Heel Ashley, so technically she should be a heel.
Well, I'm a heel too, so we're right
working
there.
together. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
With the whole Randy Nakamura thing going.
Gotcha. Okay.
Start off with your show. What's your show? Go ahead.
Well, you this is opposite day apparently because you kind of have.
I'm not rooting no Raw. Get out of here. We're not going that far.
First of all, relax, dogs. That's not what I was gonna. That's not what I was getting at. You kind of have it like the order is a little slightly different.
You're right. So I'll kick it off.
No, I can kick it off. And
okay.
Just, do you want me to start off with who you have first, or do you want me to start off with the first, basically, segment?
No, who I have first.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Kick it off.
No, you go ahead. It's your show.
Okay, so Ronda...
It's opposite day. We're figuring it out.
Ronda Rousey, she made her appearance. Her suspended has been lifted.
Yeah.
So she was in one of her good friend, not her best friend, but her good friend Natalia's corner as she faced Alicia Fox.
That was weird.
Was it? Is Mickey's not really injured, right? It's just
she might be injured.
Oh.
Because that was just weird. No? Like...
I don't think it was weird. I thought it was good that Alicia got utilized. So I didn't think it was weird. And it kind of goes off to the fact Alexa is going to manipulate people, right, to benefit her. So that was the situation. But yeah, so Natalya and Alicia had their match, yada yada. I forgot the actual results, but
Alicia Fox
defeated Natalya, right? Because what's her name? Bliss gave a nice little, what was it, a right hook?
Yeah, she got the weapons of mass destruction for some reason with her little fist.
There you go, and knocked Natty out cold.
Right.
Ronda came. She wasn't playing no games and attacked, but Alicia got the upper hand, and that was surprising. But I like the booking. So
yeah, it felt kind of sloppy to me a bit because I feel like Ronda went to her finisher when she wasn't supposed to, so that forced Alicia to just pop right back up, and everybody was like, "Wait, what just happened?"
Well, I mean, for that matter, then Alicia, as the veteran, should kind of know to play it off. She didn't play it off.
But I guess the finish was supposed to be her taking out Ronda. So you can't really take out Ronda if you're laid out in the ring.
Right. So, but then what was the whole point of Ronda hitting her finisher then? If that's the whole...
No, I think that's what I said. Ronda probably panicked a bit. It was like, I forgot what to do. I'm just hit my finisher.
Or maybe that's just how it was supposed to go. Maybe
it's just weird though.
I thought it was weird too because if Ronda's being booked as this the baddest woman on the planet,
right, and
Alicia Fox just pops right up to help Alexa, that doesn't really help her case. But I like the booking, and again, I told you before, I like that Alicia Fox was used because we don't really get to see all the women, so I like that.
This is very interesting going into SummerSlam.
You cut me off, but by all means.
No, I just said
if you will.
No,
if you will, go ahead.
I was adding on to yours.
Oh, you were adding on to... Okay, well, wait till I finish. Your eyebrow kind of just went up. Thank you.
I hit the wrong button.
Yeah, well, I figured as much. Okay. But yeah, no, I thought it was good. A good booking using Alicia Fox, and she's not really utilized. And I know you hate this when I give Alexa her credit, but she did what she was supposed to do, right?
She did.
Manipulate Alicia, and she got the win for her, right?
Yep.
And I'm excited because next week we're gonna see Ronda make her in-ring debut next week. You think
on
that's
Raw.
on Raw? You think that's gonna happen?
Yeah, it's gonna happen. They have to. Like,
I know. I feel like I get kind of scared. Like, if she's gonna. I mean, she's a full timer, but like
she's not really a full timer.
Exactly. So I'm just like, how are they gonna book her? Which I think would be great. Ratings should be like definitely high next week.
Should be, yeah.
I'm excited to see Ronda have her first match against Alicia Fox.
Yeah, finally have it on Raw. It's gonna be the extra. Like, all right.
Yeah, and I hope it's not like a squash match or anything like that. I hope it's like competitive, and then maybe like Bliss gets involved,
right?
Just to get the feud going. But
I'm good. It's good that they're using Alicia Fox, who has, like you said, veteran.
Yeah, exactly. So it kind of will help her.
Very underrated, in my opinion.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh wow.
No, yeah, she's underrated. I mean, there was a time that she was when during the Divas era.
She was wrestling.
She was yeah. So yeah. And like I said, it's nice to see another woman that's being used. So I'm okay with it.
So how you feel about this Boss and Hug connection that's going on? As it defeated Riot Squad on this past Monday.
Oh, they're on fire.
They had new gear.
I noticed like on Twitter how everyone like kind of did a 180. I mean, there's still people that's annoyed that we're not getting, supposedly we're not getting the Sasha versus Bailey.
We're not right now.
I don't think so either. But I'll talk about that in a minute. But everyone kind of did a 180. They were just for the matching gear.
I didn't like it.
You didn't like the gear?
It's not I didn't like the gear.
Makazi like snapped on their gear.
I'm not talking about the gear. I'm talking about the idea that we had all this happen for the turn to not happen.
Well, see, I haven't mentioned this on Twitter or anything like that, but what it looks like I think might happen if this feud will continue, it's going to happen at like maybe SummerSlam, where maybe like they do have a tag team match, and that's when Sasha turns.
Nah. So what I'm hearing is,
don't tell me nah.
Nah, it's not, because I heard that the women's tag team titles are coming at Evolution, and they're gonna announce it after SummerSlam.
That was my other point, but I've been saying that for a couple of weeks now. Either that, if we are gonna get a feud, it would either happen at SummerSlam, where it's a big stage, or we'll get the tag team titles going. And then eventually she turns on her afterwards.
Yeah, because they also want to keep them together for Survivor Series to have this 4 horsemen versus 4 horsemen thing.
Which I'm not in favor for. But anyway, I like the tag team match. They have momentum going into SummerSlam and into Evolution. Their tag finish was pretty dope too.
Yeah.
So I'm for it for now. It gives them something to do. They look good. So.
I wanted that turn, man.
I mean, I think you and everybody else did, me especially, but it's like if we're not going to get a turn, at least utilize them a certain way. And, hopefully they're the ones that capture the tag team title. So, yeah. Are they going to give 2 for the 2 different divisions, or it's just going to be 1?
1 for everybody.
So it's both divisions.
Yeah, I think it's going to be defended between the 3.
Oh, the 3 brands?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, listen, I'm here for that. So more women titles, and it's funny because you know how you were like, they shouldn't do the tag team titles, blah blah blah. But you see how there's a kind of essentially a storyline to this, right?
Right.
It wasn't necessarily they were thrown together. They've been friends forever. Friends go through whatever, but eventually they find their way back. Right. And now we're stronger than ever. Let's go against other people. Yeah. So, but I think we'll obviously talk a little bit more later on the show about that, right?
Yeah, we got more to talk about that.
Facts. So were you like for it though, or
with the tag team? Sure. If we're going for tag team titles, they should be the first ones to win it. Let them have it. Right. But the show did kick off with your boy Roman Reigns. Yeah. He came out and did his promo.
It was a good promo.
It was alright. It's the same thing he's been saying for the past how many weeks? Like, it's nothing different. It's when he first did it, I was like, yo, this is tough. And I'm like,
that's a good promo. He said he's gonna be Roman Reigns B. No,
that's cliche to me. He does it every time when he wants the reaction.
He got the reaction, didn't he?
Yeah, but to me, he's like, all right, we heard you say this before.
Go ahead.
But Paul Heyman came out. It was like, yeah, Brock is here, but doesn't mean you see him.
Yeah. Brock was a big douche, wasn't he? The whole night.
They are working this turning Brock heel.
Yeah, I congratulate the WWE. Finally.
Because he even turned on Paul Heyman.
Finally.
The way he was treating Paul Heyman backstage, I was like.
And then finally, they got the reaction they wanted for Roman. Now, it's not going to be long term because come Brooklyn, New York doesn't play any games, but they finally got the reaction they've been wanting for 7 years. Obviously, it's not 7 years. I'm just being exaggerating before anybody checks me.
But to me, it wasn't even that big. So first of all, Stephanie told.
Wait. But a man that's been constantly booed and how the boos overpowered. Okay.
I'm going to get to it. First of all, Stephanie had Roman Reigns removed from the building to try to get Brock to come out. Mm-hmm. And of course, Paul Heyman, because his contract is online, try to get him to come out. And Brock just like, yo, I'm here. Like, did you get paid yet? Like, ultimate douche to Paul Heyman. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we haven't seen this in a while. Mm-hmm. And as Paul Heyman went out there, talked trash about Brock, Kurt talked trash about Brock. Yeah. And after a while, Brock was like, all right, that's enough. Right. Came out. Yeah. And F5, Kurt Angle. Yeah. Who saw that coming?
I mean, the way he... honestly, I saw it coming. Actually, I did. Because if he was being a douchebag all night, right. and then when he finally spoke, that man when's the last time he's actually spoke, like, in front of a live audience? Right. Live crowd, so...
And he did very well.
I mean, it was only about 3 words he said, so...
He did very well. Okay. But, you know who stood out to me? Baron Corbin. His facial reaction turned so fast after that F5.
Baron Corbin, and I'm not the biggest Baron Corbin fan.
I'm not either.
Has done a really good job with this Raw, so...
Yeah, he did. Yeah. But then...
You heard, not to change the subject real quick. Did you hear that Mesler was like that maybe they're possibly gearing up to have Corbin face Roman?
No.
Okay. I read that. I was like, what?
No.
But go ahead, continue.
But then he turned to Paul and yoked Paul up, which caused a few "we want Roman" chants. So
exactly. So first of all,
but then. You did get the no, we don't.
But it was very faint, as opposed to on a normal night, the "we want Roman" or any type of Roman chant you barely hear. So you can't tell me that's not a win for the WWE.
It's a win, but
just be honest. It's a win.
It's not working in Brooklyn, but
like I said, it might not even work next week. It might not. It's not something, and I'm not saying they finally got him over, but that's a positive.
They put in to your point. I feel like they put all their eggs in the basket to turn Brock so heel. It backfired.
Did it? Did it backfire? People at this point, people hate Brock.
I was reading online. People were laughing along with Brock, especially that line is, "I don't even watch this show."
Correct. I laughed at that, but the majority are mad that the title has not been defended.
Yeah, it's the typical ones. But what I'm saying is that night, I'm trying to make him more heelish.
I think it worked. I mean, I think he had his moments, but the majority of people,
I saw it different on Twitter. I was reading Twitter. People was like, "Yo, this is the Brock that we should have always gotten."
I mean, at the end of but it's the same thing with like the reaction Roman got. Like, we saw what people had to say for that moment, right. But it's probably going to change next week. And then if you go, you look on WWE's social media, and if anything with Brock, like when they put that graphic or whatever, that post about like all the people he's faced, and someone was like, he's only faced like 6 people in a matter of like a year or so. So how you know what I mean? Right. Like, so
bunch of haters.
Okay.
You know I'm a Brock guy. I'm a Paul Heyman guy. So kind of split right now.
So you're a Paul Heyman guy, so you definitely should not be messing with Brock right now.
I'm half and half. I don't want to anger Brock.
So what did you think? How would you grade Raw, since you told me previously that you think it was horrible? You told me it was horrible. So C is average.
C minus. Brock saved it, in my opinion. The segments were funny, and the segments, I feel like those Brock segments was like classic Attitude Era-ish. Okay. Like keep going back to it, and it kept developing. Yeah. Everything else around it was just like, really?
I'll give it a C+. I might be in the minority. I was entertained for most of the show. I like the again, not a lot of people might feel this way, but I like the progression with the storyline between Sasha and Bayley. Kind of just adds another element to it. Like you said, the whole Brock and Roman thing, that was good. It was refreshing.
Right.
Ronda, there's another element to Ronda and Bliss. I like the Finn Balor and Baron Corbin thing going on. I'm hoping that Baron continues to like torture Finn, so it pushes him to the point so we see Demon King
is coming. Demon King is coming.
So I mean that's another thing, and
I don't think it should be Baron Corbin though to see the Demon King.
Well, I mean, but like it goes back to like you have to give different people opportunities. Like our conversation with last week, how you felt Ty Dillinger shouldn't have been the one to face Andrade. Right. It's just Baron wasn't working as the lone wolf. This is more interesting for him, and he's excelling at it. So
I guess
and it's kind of like authority pushing your buttons, and that's why I feel like the situation is with Finn and him.
I just want to see better for Finn.
I think you and everybody else, but again, it goes back to my theory. If you were pushed heavily in NXT, you ain't seeing the light of day on the main roster. So
I mean, he was the first Universal Champion.
That's true, which I find is crazy that we haven't gotten back to that. But anyway,
what did the people think?
The people thought it was like a C+. So, more or less. So I thought it was gonna get lower just because I noticed a lot of people were saying that it wasn't a good show.
Yeah.
But so
people are weird sometimes.
Like you?
Yeah. How did you know?
So SmackDown, Blue Show.
Yes, the Blue Show. I see what you did there.
There you go.
We have Becky Lynch kick off the SmackDown Live,
and
then Carmella comes out and interrupt. Cuts a pretty good promo.
It's fantastic.
Pretty good promo.
Fantastic. She looked the part.
Exactly. Like she almost shed a tear.
Dare I say she cut a better promo than Bliss?
You can say that.
I think she did.
I think Carmella is very good on the mic. She's better than people give her credit for. Like she used to hang around with the name that we should not never mention in WWE again. Like So it's in her nature. So I've seen it.
I don't know why you say that. Has that deemed the case?
No, it's a joke.
Mr. Comedian over here. There we go.
Catch me on Thursday nights after the show.
Did you get the drum?
No.
See?
Anyway.
But yeah, I think I think she's gotten progressively better. Again, say what you want about her actual in-ring ability, but that promo was fire.
It was.
And for her to open up the show and command the way she did, I thought it was dope. And Becky,
she did pretty well too.
Becky's always going to do well.
And then we had the James Ellsworth music kit, take away attention for Becky Lynch. Carmella jumps her. And who comes out to make the save? Good girl.
My girl.
Charlotte
Flair.
Which caused for Paige to make a match for later on that night.
The stipulation was?
If Charlotte wins, she gets added to the SummerSlam match and make it a triple threat.
And Charlotte winds up winning and makes it a triple threat match. So what did you think?
I was annoyed. I was all the way annoyed. It was like, really, you just came back and jumped right back in the picture and snatched the spotlight from Becky?
And I made this point on Twitter. I said, I miss Jenna, baby, Baybe. Right. I made this point. Like, wouldn't it be funny if we get a feud between Charlotte and Becky before we got a feud between Sasha? I
said the exact same thing that happened.
I
was like, yo.
That's what it looks like happening.
We about to get this turn before that turn, but I don't think it's going to happen. Only because of the
4 Horsemen thing.
Yep, and the tag team titles.
They can wait on that. I think if I'm booking this, I'd have Becky and Charlotte, feud essentially. And so my idea kind of is coming into fruition, but like it's not there yet. It hasn't, you know what I mean? And I love the emotion and like the facial expressions that Becky had throughout the night when she got interviewed real quick in regards to it, and then when you saw her watching the match. Yeah. And it just goes back to now what people have been saying, like, when is Becky going to actually get her shot?
Right.
She never won a championship in NXT. She was the first women draft pick for SmackDown and the first women's
champion.
Exactly. she didn't hold it for that long, and she's never been back in that title picture. So, I think everybody has been saying for the longest she's that 4 horsewoman that doesn't get
She's the stepchild,
essentially. So, I was super. As you saw last week, I was super excited.
We both were.
We both were. You know what I mean? We were both excited, and then your girl, because she's on your team.
I picked her because I know this is what happens. Like, I'm not saying I'm happy about it. Like, this just doesn't make sense to me.
That last name.
Like, but again, they're gonna have them team up to go into the tag team tournament, and that's probably when the turn happens during that tournament. But
last name Flair, man, come on. Woo!
She did have a better chance of having her refeuding with Asuka to let Asuka get her revenge back,
or something. Like, she just wasn't needed. Like, I thought, okay, yes, help save the day, but damn, just why don't you be in her corner for once?
Right.
He's got to be in the spotlight.
That's why Sasha departed from her from when it was the best friends. Mm-hmm. Because it was just like, you always get the spotlight. What about me? What about Raven? Sorry.
Yeah.
Throw it back to WCW.
Okay, weirdo. But yeah, no, I mean, like, I'm hoping. You think she's gonna win at SummerSlam?
I don't think neither one of them is.
You think Carmella's gonna retain?
For the tag team benefit.
Oh. But remember the report though that Carmella
still got time.
That's true.
It's not until October.
But then who do you have Carmella face and take the title off of her? Yeah, but we just saw that feud.
Yeah, but Asuka. Who else are you gonna have the title from? Or Naomi?
Naomi. When's the last time we see Naomi? So Naomi's a perfect choice for that.
She didn't have a feud with Carmella yet,
or at least not anything serious. Yeah. So
yeah, she was part of like this the multiple person match or something like that. She never had a 1-on-1. So maybe Naomi.
So how would you book this into SummerSlam? Like this whole now it's a triple threat. Do you have what do you have?
I'll continue creating tension between Charlotte and Becky. Like have maybe Charlotte hit. First of all, sidebar. Charlotte hit her finisher on Carmella, and she kicked out. I did not expect that.
And then it was also, she jumped, I don't know what she was doing, and then...
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I heard it was a failed... I missed that part, but I seen the second one, moonsault. But anyway,
It wasn't even I don't even think it was a moonsault because she didn't backflip. It was just a situation where she just jumped out the ring, and we were just trying to figure out what that situation was. But go ahead.
I would book it where, again... natural selection on Becky, and then Carmella steals it. Yeah. And then now Becky's mad at Charlotte. Charlotte's mad at Becky, kind of situation. But then they have the tag team to get the tag team title. So let's put our differences aside and capture this new goal.
4 horsewomen has the tag team titles.
One of them,
both of them. If you're saying if it's for both divisions,
no, it's one title for all 3 brands.
Oh, I thought you said it was in.
No, it's one title for all 3 brands.
See, you see how they. How does that even work? So if you're a champion on Raw, some NXT tag team could face off of that?
Yep.
That's stupid.
That's what I'm hearing. Maybe just those 2 brands, but I'm hearing it's all 3.
That's stupid. Do they do that for the men? Tell you men and yeah.
Don't be saying you, okay?
Anyway, right? What I would do.
I'm not even done yet. So then, I'll let the turn happen during some Survivor Series.
I'm kidding. Go ahead.
I will have the turn happen during the Survivor Series during the 4 horsewomen versus the 4 horsewomen.
Okay.
Like let it be them 2 last or or something like that. One of them walk off on the others. So
now you have to forfeit a feud in regards to that. That's the one you're gonna go with, where someone turns on someone.
What do you mean forfeit the feud?
Because now there's still potentially a storyline between Sasha and Bayley.
Right.
And there's a storyline between Charlotte and Becky.
Well, I see Sasha and Bayley winning the tag team titles. So
okay. So that's the one that essentially the feud you're forfeiting. It would be that in favor for Charlotte.
Yeah, because I would rather have Sasha versus Bayley. If we're gonna wait on it, let it happen at WrestleMania.
True. I would change it a little bit in regards to the tension between the 2. I would have Carmella play like
Devil's advocate.
Not devil's advocate. Just play mind games between them and just be in the middle of everything and kind of like what they call a puppet chair.
Right.
Right. Just playing them like a puppet and getting them like mad at each other when someone didn't actually say this,
Right.
stuff like
He said, she
manipulate
say.
exactly manipulate the situation. So, but I think Becky is going to win at SummerSlam.
Not yet.
We'll talk about that when we do predictions. But yeah.
We're gonna jump into right now. Jeff Hardy, Randy Orton, and Shinsuke.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff came out saying that he wants his title back, but before you do, he got business to handle with Randy. Randy comes out, comes to the ring. Shinsuke comes from behind, attack, goes for the King Shaska. Randy steps in front of him. It was like, never mind, go ahead. It was just weird, no?
No, it wasn't weird, but what weirded me out more was, again, the attack Randy did on Jeff. He won't let up on Jeff. He won't let him be great.
Nah.
And I'm trying to figure out what's the whole thing about stealing the chain, the necklace. What's that about?
It's like the same way he would put his finger in his ear. Like, it's one of those things.
Honestly, when he took it, though, I thought he was going to do something crazy. Like maybe gouge his eye out or something.
Heel Randy is good.
Especially this heel Randy is definitely on
He
point.
might be second behind Ciampa.
Maybe, but when it comes to main roster, everybody wants to be a smart and cheer the heel. So, he's not necessarily getting the boos yet, the hate. But how would you book this, continue this feud?
I wouldn't do a triple threat after SummerSlam. I hope that's something that's going for.
Yeah. Because, Shinsuke doesn't really have anyone to face, though.
Yeah. I would have the rematch happen. And, boom, make Randy referee.
I would find Shinsuke someone else to face and have Randy and Jeff, because that's the feud is between them, and it's building into something really serious. I would.
Who would you use though? SmackDown seems like it's depleted for some reason, in my opinion.
Yeah,
with heels and faces, like it feels like it's just enough for each one.
Not so much with the heels, but the faces, because I can't think of a face right now.
Between the only faces that's left is AJ, Daniel Bryan,
and Daniel Bryan's with the Miz right now. AJ and Rusev, those are two faces essentially.
Right, and AJ's with Samoa Joe.
Yeah,
Rusev is with Cien. Yeah. So it's like there's no other faces on SmackDown.
Yeah, that's kind of brutal. I don't know. I really don't know.
I've been wrecking my brain all week. Like, who else is a face on SmackDown?
Yeah, but
that's not a tag team.
With that said, I would continue the feud with between Randy and Jeff, because I can see something a nice, you know what I mean? Like
a nice payoff.
Yeah, because we've been missing that for so long. Just feuds that are organic, not just thrown in together. There's a reasoning behind it, and it can grow. So I don't know. So that's what I would do. But speaking of Andrade,
right?
Zelina Vega
had her first SmackDown match.
Where's the thing?
You need the applause.
Against Lana. Happy Lana Day, by the way.
Happy Lana Day. I didn't expect that. I felt like she should have been like against a Naomi for her first match, but I'll take it.
Yeah, but they're gearing up probably for the mixed match at SummerSlam, right? So it just makes sense, and I'm surprised that I honestly thought they were going to give them only a couple minutes, but they kind of went for a minute, and Zelina got the win. I didn't think she would, just because Andrade got the win last week.
Right, but I guess it's a build-up for it, and then, too, it was weird, because soon as, like, where's Rusev? Why he's not in Lana's corner? Yeah. As soon as I said that, Cien jumped on the apron. Yeah. And I was like, see? Yeah. And I heard the crowd cheer. Something is like Rusev coming down. Nope, Aiden English.
Which probably is building the feud between Rusev and Aiden, because where was Rusev? You know what I mean?
Yeah, and Lana kind of hinted to that. I was like, I didn't need English in my corner. I needed you. Yeah. Like, where were you at?
Exactly. So that's definitely, obviously, a feud going between those two. How would you book that? Like, would you continue the feud with Aiden versus Rusev?
No, I want the feud to be Rusev versus Cien.
Andrade?
Yeah.
Yeah, same thing. I don't really like that.
I'm sorry. No disrespect to Aiden English, but Rusev is too much of a beast and a good wrestler.
Well, not even
not to miss this opportunity against Cien.
Well, not even that, but I don't understand when something is going well. What's the point of breaking it up? at least let it reach its full potential before you actually break it up. And I don't think they reached their full potential.
Right.
So I wouldn't book it that way. I would have Andrade versus Rusev as well. It just makes sense, especially with Zelina and Lana being involved.
Right.
And then maybe down the line, then have, Aiden and Rusev maybe kind of, there's tension going on between them. So I think they just jumped the gun a little bit too soon.
Right.
So, but yeah.
How would you rate SmackDown?
An A. So it was a really good show.
I'm a little bit more harder this week on my guys. I give it like a B minus.
Why?
It was only 3 matches the entire night.
But sometimes it progresses storyline.
Yeah,
you know
it
what I
was.
mean.
That's why I gave it a B minus. I was entertained. I just wish it was more matches.
So give it a B. It wasn't B minus is close to a C.
I didn't see AJ.
Yeah, AJ got his his Kofi smack.
Like New Day was hilarious.
Yeah.
They were money. Do you like New Day now?
Yeah, cool.
Oh, look at that. You turning the coat.
Mm-hmm.
What did the people say?
The people said it's like an A. Yeah, it was a A. Yeah.
It was about an A.
Yeah, it's about an A. So, yeah. So everyone pretty much in agreement that SmackDown was a pretty good show.
Is there anything you want to bring up from 205 Live?
I didn't watch 205 Live.
Neither did I.
I told you I went to bed early, so I was like,
Yeah,
I'm good.
As you can see, I have my son this week.
Yeah.
Oh, how was your week? We didn't do that.
My week was all right. I did on Saturday go to a concert to Panorama.
How was it?
It was cool. It was my first one of those festival type concerts. I saw Janet Jackson.
Nice. T-Mac was there.
Okay.
You know T-Mac. The guy that shot out commercial for Backlash.
Oh.
Yeah, he went there.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What day?
Saturday and Sunday. He won tickets.
Ah, good for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I went on the original thing. I wanted to see Cardi, Janet, and SZA. Cardi obviously wasn't there because she just recently had a baby. Mm-hmm. But Janet is my second time seeing her actually in a few months. She's one of my favorite artists of all time. So that was still got it. So,
I'm pretty sure she does.
She still has it. But we're going to get back to the show.
Oh, thanks for asking me about my week.
I feel like it's random. 1, 2. We're already midway into the show. But by all means, how was your week, sir?
I had a very eventful week.
Did you?
Yeah, I took my son to the aquarium on Friday.
Yeah.
And then we went out Saturday. Tuesday I went to New York. We went to the city. My car got broken into, like I told you.
You did.
The doctors told me that I have pinched nerves in my neck from the car accident. So now I have to see maybe surgery.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, my week's been up and down, but I have my son for the week, so I'm kind of happy.
So there's a bright spot to that, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
you know me. I always look at the bright side.
Do you?
Yeah, I always do.
Okay, well, that's debatable.
You know what's not debatable?
What's not debatable?
Actually, it is kind of debatable.
Before you get into that, will you have anything to discuss for NXT? As it was more so just storylines being progressed for SummerSlam.
More storylines progressed. Nothing major that stood out.
Right. Okay. So go ahead. What's not debatable?
It is kind of debatable.
Okay.
Throwback to questions of the day.
Throwback topic.
Who is someone that didn't win the WWE Championship or the F Championship that you think they should have?
I'm going first or you going first?
You go first. Remember, opposite day.
Okay, so I'm going to go with, typically I always go first. Whatever, sir. Whatever.
No, I usually go first because you be reading the questions. Like,
and then you
thoughts?
go, is it? I don't think that's the case.
It is.
I really don't think that's the case.
Anyway,
but
go ahead.
who I think should have won a title in their career, I'm going to go with the bad guy. Hey, yo.
Don't be throwing stuff at me.
I'm throwing my toothpick at you. Scott Hall, a.k.a. Razor Ramon. Right? I just feel like, first of all, he had the look.
He did.
He faced, top superstars or wrestlers. Step on my sneaker one more time.
Your footing is weird. Go.
How is my footing weird?
Look, it's everywhere.
It's really not. I only have 2 feet.
I feel like you have 4. Go ahead.
Wow. Okay. No, but yeah, he faced all the top guys, whether it was Shawn, Bret Hart,
Put X-Pac over.
And he had the Intercontinental title for a good majority of when he was like 93 or something like that. Especially when Shawn Michaels kind of like dropped it.
Right.
But then I also understand why possibly he didn't get the chance to have his run at the title, because then eventually he left for WCW. So whatever push that he might have potentially got messed up. It got a little bit murky. And then by the time he got to WCW, now he's playing, back up to Hulk Hogan.
And Kevin Nash.
And Kevin Nash, right? So that ruined it for him. But when he was in the WWF or WWE, whatever, I thought he would have been a perfect candidate to be world champion.
I could agree with that. And I think what happened is that he did leave because he didn't get that shot. It was like, you ever see me winning the title?
Yeah.
And they kind of were like,
yeah.
So he's like, all right, I'm going to go for the money then, kind of situation. Yeah. I'm going to go with Mr. Perfect, Kurt Hennig.
Yeah.
I feel like with the name Mr. Perfect,
you should be perfect enough to win the title.
To win the title until somebody dethrone you, which would have been like Ultimate Warrior, whoever the case may be.
Right.
But I just felt like they missed it with him. He could talk. He was kind of perfect in the ring, and it was just that whole persona of him, like
He had the look too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even when they made a manager, like he could do everything. So why did he never win the title?
Another guy too. I mean, my first pick is Razor Ramon.
Right.
AKA Scott Hall. But another guy that never actually won the title was Hot Rod.
Yeah.
Right? And we all know he's probably one of the better speak guys on the mic.
Right.
Right? And the first feud with, not the first feud, but with Hulk Hogan for the inaugural WrestleMania, that's classic. So for someone like that, especially if you have that much heat, why wouldn't you take the title off someone and create more heat? But I don't know.
What you guys think? Hit us up on Instagram, Twitter, at The Mixed Tag Show, or get us personally at
Blue Magic Grind.
Or you can hit me up hit up Miss Jenna Baby, BAYBEE.
So it's opposite day, son. I'm trying to get you on, catch you.
I got you. But yeah, those are a couple of people that we think should have won the title. I'm pretty sure
that wasn't for too much of a debate.
It wasn't. It was more of a discussion base. That's why I was like, yeah.
All right.
Even like Ahmed Johnson, maybe.
Nah.
During that time.
Nah.
Just a little bit.
Nah.
No?
No.
I'm going too far. All right.
Bit.
Anyway, yeah.
I didn't like Ahmed Johnson.
Let me know what you think. Let Jenna know what you think.
Mm-hmm.
And let's go into some hot topics.
Let's do it.
Which one you want to tackle first?
First one you have here, Nikki Bella talks about calling off the wedding and dealing with depression in regards to that. So essentially, right, as we all know, they had called it off.
Right.
She needed her space and, just to figure out what does she want. And they tried to make it work. Well, ultimately, she decided it's best to just part ways.
Right.
So.
I feel for them, especially with John. I've been through something similar. So I feel for John, like how he feels right now.
Mm-hmm.
It could really like mess with you mentally. But I also see Nikki's side. It's like I kind of lost myself along the way, chasing you, kind of.
And now all of a sudden, now you want this.
The sacrifices.
And it's a little too late for all of that. So.
But I mean, she says she hopes when she do find herself again that John is still waiting for her. So maybe there's still a chance.
Maybe.
Of a SummerSlam wedding.
You think this is still like all a work?
Nah, I think
it's real?
I think it's real. I think because the depression part you can really see.
Mm-hmm.
Like, everybody around you's having kids.
Yeah.
Everybody else is happy as they want to be, and then you're still chasing what you want.
Yeah, I mean, that's a very, very real feeling. I think a lot of us can relate to that. So, hopefully, they find happiness in whether it's with each other or someone else.
Right. Also, we want to talk about, which we already had confirmed last week, Matt Riddle has signed a contract with the WWE.
Yes.
It's a 3-year contract.
A lot of people are pretty excited about that.
Yeah, he's going to start off in NXT, and it's being said that in his contract it is guaranteed a call-up to the main roster within that 3 years. Yeah. So, that's pretty unique in a contract.
Yeah, I mean, so it's pretty good for him, right? Especially when people stay down in NXT for a gazillion years.
Yeah.
So
I'm glad he got that insurance.
Yeah. A couple of injuries. Nia Jax.
Yeah, it's saying that she posted up on her story about going through recovery, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So, best of luck to Nia Jax. Hope she feels better.
Also, Mustafa Ali, I don't know, did you notice?
Yeah, he was in the hospital.
Yeah, and he didn't really specify what exactly was wrong with him, but...
So, does that mean I still get to change him, or...?
Let's see. Let's see next week.
What it is first?
Yeah.
You trying to buy yourself some time?
I'm trying to help you out. Mustafa be killing it, right? The 1 minute you drop him, that's it.
I know, but I kind of know who I want to pick up already.
Really? Oh, probably Buddy Murphy.
No.
You wouldn't want to pick up Buddy Murphy?
No. I see where they're going.
With Buddy?
No, with the person I want to pick.
Leo Rush?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Because even if he's not wrestling, he's still on your TV.
Right. You're not picking up major points.
Huh?
You don't want to pick up major points if he's not wrestling.
But there's a build up to it. I see where they're going.
Okay. Well,
Buddy Murphy, I see he's not staying in 205 Live forever.
You think he's gonna be called to the main roster?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a beast.
Yeah.
He
had to drop the weight just to get the extra eyes. I feel once he gets the perfect opportunity, he's gonna move up. For the Mae Young Classics, Morrow will be calling on the broadcasting team. How do you feel about that?
I'm ecstatic about that. He's the man, right? He just gives me that old school wrestling feel, like that JR feel. So he's just very good at that, especially when we sometimes have somewhat cringeworthy commentating.
This past week was extra cringeworthy.
Yeah, so Morrow is definitely always an asset to the, the announcer table.
Last year they had Jim Ross and Lita. Who you think they're going to pair up Morrow with?
In regards to like
commentary.
Women or
a woman, yeah.
A woman. They had Lita, you said, right, last year. I like to see Trish.
Really?
Hmm?
I was going to say Beth Phoenix, because she did pretty well. She
did the only reason why, because I feel like they go for, I don't want to say shock value. The first thing I was going to say was Beth, but I'm like, well, why don't you switch it up a little bit, especially with this whole evolution thing. Let's start incorporating more of the legends,
Right.
And Trish has been making kind of like a splash since the Royal Rumble and all that. So
you think she'd be good on the mic? Because Beth Phoenix is pretty good.
She's definitely good and very knowledgeable too.
Right. I think she did better than Lita.
Yeah, Lita. Never mind. I'm not gonna get into that. But yeah. I mean, Beth was my first choice, but I wanted to go with a different route. I like to see Trish.
That'd be interesting.
You don't think she'd do good?
Or maybe a Jacqueline. Bring back a throwback. Nah,
I'm not a fan of
Jacqueline
on the mic. I'm not a fan
okay.
as a talker. So I don't know how that would work.
You never know. Beth Phoenix surprised us.
Did she?
Yeah. I didn't expect that from her.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't expect her to be like, I feel like she would be like Lita, still learning the ropes.
But is Lita really still learning the ropes?
I'm talking about in terms of commentary, though.
Okay.
Like, this is a new position kind of thing. But
well,
she jumped on it. She was like...
Yeah, I mean, some people are just gifted in that sense.
Right.
What do we have next? Ring of Honor announces Bullet Club versus Chaos for Death Before Dishonor.
This is going to be awesome.
I know. Look at the smile on your face.
Death Before Dishonor. It's September 28th.
Yeah.
Las Vegas.
Yeah.
I wonder what weekend that is. Do I have my son that weekend? I have to make sure I have.
Oh, you're just trying to go everywhere, aren't you?
No, I'm not going. I want to do like a house party, like a viewing party. You want to come?
Sure.
You're not going to come because it's in Jersey.
Don't I come see you in Jersey?
Once every 6 months.
Okay, so I come see you in Jersey.
I can't wait for September 1st, all in.
Yeah, I know you can't wait. Finally.
Oh, God. I left this for you. Go ahead.
Finally. No? The Rock has come back.
Not yet. Talking.
No? Okay, so apparently the People's Champion wants to come back to the WWE and have another match at WrestleMania. So it was rumored that he would have possibly showed up at Raw because, it's Miami, and then Elias was talking a whole lot of crap.
I heard it was supposed to be a video package.
Yeah. So I guess things didn't work out like that. He disappoints me with that, man. I don't understand what's the issue. Why you can't show your face?
He wants to make it special.
That would have been special. When's the last time we saw The Rock?
That's what I'm saying. He likes to space them out. I mean, maybe because of these talks too. Because maybe these talks, you want to wait. Like, all right, I don't want to tip my hand. Like,
Well, I'm definitely excited about that. Would you like to see him in a match at Mania?
Sure, just not against Roman Reigns, like it's being rumored.
Why not?
No.
You don't. Why not?
No. Don't put The Rock versus Roman Reigns.
Why?
No.
Why? Who's the Rock in the face? Triple H?
No. Yes. If it's gonna be an end all be all, yes, let it be Triple H.
Triple H been taking a lot of L's at WrestleMania, and I'm not ready for The Rock to lose to Hunter. Like, they're just gonna bring back bad memories of how I hated him.
I feel like that's the retirement match for both of them should beat each other. As much as The Rock feuded with Steve Austin, Triple H is his real rival, in my opinion.
No.
In my opinion.
And, we're gonna have remember that? That's a good debate.
We're gonna save it. We're gonna archive that one.
Archive it. Okay. But yeah, so it's.
You would want to see that Rock versus Roman?
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't. I'm not against it. But I'm biased. I wouldn't mind seeing the Rock against anybody at this particular moment.
You just want to see The Rock.
I just want to see The Rock. So, your boy
Brock Lesnar. He has 3 more dates left.
Thank you.
The Monday before SummerSlam. For now, on this deal. the Monday before SummerSlam.
Yeah.
SummerSlam.
And after.
And Monday after SummerSlam.
Jesus.
Which makes me think
that he's gonna still hold on to that damn title.
Win that title at SummerSlam.
Jesus Christ! You laugh now till come next year at MetLife is Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar.
It's not. I feel like he's gonna drop it on Raw.
How the hell he's gonna drop
Cash
it on?
In.
Cash in. Okay.
Cash in.
Maybe. All right.
Like Roman get mad that he didn't win the night before because whatever they pulled, maybe Paul Heyman and the Brock thing was a ruse.
And then just he attacks him and then KO hopefully
wins. The briefcase comes running down
and gets his
cash
title.
In and gets the title on Monday Night Raw.
Good booking. I like that.
There you go.
I'll take it. Okay, so Ronda Rousey looking to land another movie role.
How do you feel about this?
Well, it goes back to our conversation we had earlier, right? If they're trying to, she's a full-timer, but yet she's trying to land a movie role, so how long is she going to be in the WWE
That's
for?
what I'm saying. Like, how you a full-timer? You're hardly there already, and now you're trying to land a movie role? Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah. I mean, again, I'm not putting that necessarily all on her.
No, get your coins, but it's just like...
Yeah. Like, keep it for what it is. She's a part-timer, right?
Exactly.
And I would love to see more Ronda, but, if she gets this movie role, Yeah.
So. We'll see less of her.
Exactly. So then we have Matt Hardy post a cryptic message on Twitter.
Yeah, he's basically said thank you for Team Extreme, for when I became awoken, all this other stuff. And people are starting to speculate as to, is this a farewell? Is he retiring kind of thing?
Well, they can't have him retire on that note. You kind of have to pair the Hardys back from one last run if that's the case.
Right.
So, yeah, so I hope that's not the case. I mean, this last pairing with Bray was trash.
Right.
So like I said, I don't think to end off your career like that, unless maybe he's in wrestling in general, or that he might be leaving the WWE.
I think in wrestling in general.
Yeah, you can't end it off like that then.
He might be just toying with the crowd.
I guess so. But yeah, hopefully he's just doing that. What's our last topic?
The last topic is
controversy.
Cedric Alexander and Ty Dillinger are feeling some heat.
Meanwhile, I was on Ty's side last week, wasn't I?
Yeah, and then some tweets came back up about them joking around with rape and all that stuff. So people are now like upset, like how can you joke about that kind of stuff? They both made a statement via Twitter yesterday. Cedric said, 6 years ago I found humor in bad jokes. At the time it was a harmless joke between friends. In those 6 years I've become a father, husband, and grown into a much different man. I have offended and hurt many with my past, and for that I am deeply sorry and apologize for my actions.
And Ty
said, I'm trying to find his statement.
I think you have it.
Yeah, I have no excuse for my old tweets. I was a different person 6 years ago, and I'm beyond ashamed at what I considered humor. I'm so damn embarrassed, and I'm truly sorry to anyone I've offended.
How do you feel about that?
I'm sorry. I don't care how old you are.
It's never like
it's never funny to joke about rape.
Yeah, and that's again. It goes back to like last week. It's kind of like a cop out. It's like you're only sorry because you got caught.
Right.
Because if you truly felt, I mean, maybe you forgot about the tweet. Sure, we all tweet stuff years ago when we were younger and said something stupid, but not that stupid.
Right.
You know, and I mean, we're not going to get too much into it, but I've heard, you know, things about one of those wrestlers that are not favorable, so it just kind of plays up to that, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. I wonder if the WWE are going to...
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
They are.
Yeah.
This is not good for them.
Yeah, at all.
This is not good for them at all.
Yeah, see, Cedric about to drop that title real quick, huh?
Yep.
Yeah.
I think Gulak is going to get you some nice points.
About time, okay? Because you know I've been wanting this man to drop the title. Unfortunately, this is the way he has to drop it, but, you know. So, but yeah.
So today's debate, it's not really a debate. It's really like a discussion episode.
Yes.
So with the Women's Evolution coming up.
Yes.
And tag team titles are being
Women's
thrown
Evolution pay-per-view.
Pay-per-view.
Yes.
Coming up. And tag team titles being tossed around.
Mm-hmm.
What are some teams you see being developed for this tournament? Since you didn't like the idea of NXT, just stick to Raw and SmackDown.
Thank you. Boston Hug Connection, obviously.
Of course.
Iconics. Absolution. They're not being utilized. Riot Squad.
Which two from the Riot Squad?
Sarah and Liv.
Liv?
Yeah.
You want to put Ruby in there?
Ruby is like a star on her own.
Okay.
She really didn't need a group, a faction.
Right. That's why she's the leader.
That's why she's the leader. I think she's just like the type of person to go for the actual title. You know what I mean?
Right.
Who else? Dana, Alicia. This is everything that I brought up last week, just the different pairings and stuff that you can use. I think Alicia, maybe her and Dana could work pretty well together. Just like I'm feeling like stifled and not getting the opportunity that they deserve, and now they finally just kick ass and do what they have to do. That's really it. I don't want to see Naomi paired with anybody. I don't want to see Lana paired with anybody. Zelina.
That was my pair, Lana and Naomi.
Oh, Ravishing Glow.
Yeah. And even if you could do the Amber Moon with Nikki Cross.
Ember.
That's what I said, Amber Moon.
You said Amber.
I said Amber Moon.
Amber.
Amber Moon.
Amber Moon.
And Nikki Cross.
Okay.
I think that would be a good team.
But it goes back to what you've been saying for the past couple of weeks. That doesn't make sense. So you said you don't want tag team titles because they're just constantly throwing women into these matches. So why would you pair Nikki and Ember, especially if they're on two different brands?
Because they have history.
But they're on two different brands.
Nikki's getting called up after SummerSlam.
To SmackDown. Ember's on Raw. Two different brands.
Dang it.
Right? I just don't think.
I was just thinking about them having history, like.
But how does that play into like, oh, you know what? Let's team together.
Because they've always been battling, so it's just one of those things like. It worked with the Bar apparently, right? They always battling and then eventually became tag team.
Yeah. I don't really like. I don't like the pairing between those two. See, the pairings that I've chose make sense
because they were already put together, most of them.
Dana and
they
had a tag team match, but there's an actual why should we tag together? Because we are not getting our shine. Let's form a group.
Who would you have win the titles?
Sasha and Bayley. I don't even know why you asked me that question.
Yeah, I thought about it after I said it. Really?
Yeah, I mean, why not? Sasha and Bayley are especially Sasha's one of the more popular women's superstars in the WWE. You want to bring some type of, light towards that title, right? So you're not going to have Absolution win because it's not going to get the same media coverage. You get what I'm saying? So you kind of want someone that's going to bring, attention around it.
So why don't you make a Ronda and Natalya team?
But Ronda will probably be the Raw Women's Championship. Raw's Women's Champion. You don't think she's going to be the Raw? You still think Alexa's going to still have that title?
She's going to figure it out.
Oh, Lord.
I think she's going to figure it out.
Jeez, stop it.
I think they're going to, I don't think they're going to give it to Ronda yet. If they're going to give it to Ronda, they're going to give it to Ronda. Well, SummerSlam is a good stage, but I don't think they're going to
SummerSlam is a big stage.
That's what I'm saying, but I still don't think they're going to do it yet. Not yet.
But it's been reported that this girl will probably not have the title. So
Same thing with Carmella. This time, this is not till October.
But what I'm saying, correct. But you're saying if the tag team title is going to come by Evolution, stop calling her Amber.
I just said Amber.
Amber.
That's what I said. Don't be messing with my accent, all right?
You have no accent.
Yeah, okay. I hear it all the time.
How do you hear your own accent?
I'm talking about people telling me I have an accent.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
Anyway. But yeah, Ronda's not going to win the title.
So, okay. So going back to what I said, so who's going to have that title?
Ember Moon.
Ember Moon is going to be...
Going into Evolution.
Ember as the...
Raw. She's been chilling in the back. Nobody's remembering
her. I don't know about that.
All right.
I would love to see it. Don't get me wrong. I just don't think Vince would pull that move.
All right. Vince isn't even touching Evolution, and this is all leading to Evolution.
Has that been confirmed that he's not touching Evolution?
He's not touching Evolution.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's not. As long as they don't mess with Ronda's money, he don't care what happened with the Evolution division.
Yeah, I mean, what about his precious Flair and Bliss?
Listen, if he knows well enough that Bliss can go in as champion,
yeah, I don't think Ronda. Going back to what you said, I don't think Ronda. You don't bring in Ronda Rousey to be tag team with Natalya. No disrespect to her, but
to bring the coverage to the titles, maybe
Sasha and Bayley can do that.
Yeah, but they put more faith into Ronda. You know that.
Well, it goes back down to if that's the case, if you have more faith in her, you give her the Raw Women's Championship.
Not enough faith for her to carry a match.
But she's done well in a match.
We'll see. I don't see it, man. I don't think they're gonna.
You just be hating on people, don't you?
No, I'm just saying, like.
At least with me, when I don't like something, at least I can give credit. You just flat out
don't like it.
anything.
I've given her credit. What I'm saying is, for the type of match that they want to have, I don't see them having Ronda as champion. They might put her with Natalya, let them win the tag titles, or just have them in a tournament just to bring attention to the tournament. But I don't see her going into Evolution as champion.
I don't see Ronda.
Because now she's about to try to do movies. She's hardly on Raw. We just had this problem with Brock that people complained about.
Right.
Like.
Right. Well, with all that said, especially if they're going to do a tag team tournament, let it be on Raw and SmackDown, and then the actual championship match will be at Evolution. I don't want to see any tournaments, like I said. Don't want to see it. Don't you ruin this pay-per-view with nothing but tournaments and battle royals.
Nah, because they also got to crown the Mae Young Classic champion.
There's another, right. So
that person is number one contender to the NXT title. So
yeah, but yeah. So my pick would be Sasha and Bayley to win the first ever women tag team titles. I mean, they have the gear. They got matching gear at this point. Yeah. So
let's see what happens between Charlotte and Becky too along the lines. Yeah. I'll revisit this.
See, this is but that would be good if they had tag team titles for both brands. You say Becky and Charlotte win the titles and Sasha and Bayley win the titles. Now the 4 horsewomen are tag team champions. So when they finally face the MMA 4 horsewomen, they have all the gold.
How many women are on each brand though?
There's about like 12 or so on SmackDown, and then a slightly more on Raw. I can't.
Is it really?
Hmm. Like individually, yeah. Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Like it's just like trying to find a face on SmackDown. Like,
yeah.
On SmackDown, how many women's on there?
Like I said, about 12.
You have Becky, Charlotte.
We don't got time to go through that.
We'll discuss this later.
But that's our show.
That's our show?
Yeah, because you over here trying to be here for 2 hours.
Sorry.
You the one that told me we got to make it snappy this week. And now you over here trying to count
My bad. So on that note, stop yelling at me. See,
you're not gonna close out the show properly.
Make sure you follow us on Twitter, Instagram.
I don't think we do it opposite it again.
Yes, we are. This is what happened. I don't have enough practice.
Yeah.
Follow us on. At the Mixed Tag Show, or you can follow us at
Blue Magic Grind
and at Miss Jenna BAYBEE. Make sure to subscribe, follow, go into our WWE shop link in our bio.
Help us out.
Put some money in our pockets to put more towards the show.
Yes.
Pay the fine that I got us. And
yeah,
let's get to 500 on Instagram. We're gonna be releasing a new T-shirt giveaway.
Yep.
And we're also gonna do the draft. We got to pick our players for the next draft. So look out for that.
Is that next week? Or?
No, just look out for it. We don't when we drop make sure. Got them looking at us.
Okay. All right.
Now we're going.
Okay, now we're good.
That was opposite day.
It's the Mix Tag Show. With Jenna and Blue. Damn.